Well, good night, Ms. Gracia, classmates. We are here today for making our roundtable discussion. Well, we have here our audience and the participants of the roundtable, and we are going to talk about our main problem, cleaning. Well, why we decided this problem, why we decided cleaning? Well, we are here for explain and for give our points of view. First of all, as a group, we decided to be of cleaning because we are putting our health on risk. We are putting sometimes many other problems that we have, or we have another things, and we always go to cleaning saying that it's a good option for us. So that's why we are here for discuss if us as students we are making a good decision or a bad decision, or maybe we could make the solution for that problem that we find here. Well, how you know, we asked all the students here in Zamorano, we make different questions, we make around 100 surveys. These surveys were consisted of 10 questions that we will make it nearby right now. These questions were also made by social media like WhatsApp, Facebook, or another like outlets. Also, we put in hours for go to clinic, going out to nearby clinic and ask people that were going to there. Well, here we have the results of these surveys that we make, and also I have here on the computer. So we will discuss, and I will give to each of our persons here on the round table the information, for they could be knowing what we are going to talk about and how is the problem right now here on Zamorano. Well, now that we are here and now that each person of the round table has the main questions and also have the problems and also have the results from here, I'm going to discuss and I'm going to tell you the answers that we have from the students here in Zamorano. Well, the first question was the year of the student that was in Zamorano, and we have like 25% of first year, 40% of second year, 10% of third year, and the rest of people was of the fourth year. Well, then how many times have you visited clinic in a month? Well, these results, how you could see on your answer sheets and the paper and the documents that you have, we have 47.37% of people that go once a month. Twice a month, we have 27.32% of people. 3 times, we have 0%. 4 times, 10.53%. And more than 4, 15.79%. From those, the third question was, from those visits, how can you categorize the attention? Well, here we have a good point that good was 0%. Average was 78.95% and bad was 21.0%. Please, what I'm going to ask you now that we are making our round table also is that you need to go taking notes, and also you need to take facts that you see that is interesting for you, because we want the opinion of each one of you here, and also we want for make this problem becomes a solution for us. We'll continue with the questions. Number 4 was the average of time at waiting room. As 10 minutes we have 0%, 30 minutes we have 31.58%, 1 hour we have 57.89%, and more than 1 hour we have 10.53%. The fifth question, did you get better with the medication you received? We have yes, 36.84%, no, 10.53%, and just a little better, 52.63%. The sixth question was, how many times have you taken pills by your own because you didn't want to go to clinic? Once, we have 21.0%, 3 times 21.05%, 5 times 26.32%, In more than 6 times, we have 31.58%. Continue with the questions. The next one was, what do you think about the medication quality? Good, 21.05%. Average, 68.42%. Bad, 10.53%. The next one, how do nurses treat you? We have all of them are kind, 31.58%. Most of them have people skills, 52.63%. They have treated me in a terrible way, 15.79%. Making the category side of the service. Good, we have 10.53%. Regular, we have 68.42%. Bad, we have 21.05%. Continue, and finally with our last question that it was of our survey, it was, what do you think about the clinic system used by doctors? We have the results. Good, 22.22%. Average, we have 55.56%. And bad, we have 22.22%. Well, how you could see, that was our question that we make here on the students of Zamorano. How you could also write, or maybe you pay attention to our notes and the answers that we have from different. We have many opinions. We have a variation of students that think that sometimes the clinic is a good, or sometimes things that medium, bad, or it depends on the question that we will have. Well, now continue with our introduction to this roundtable. We're gonna make that each of you participate above 2 minutes. I'll be controlling the time that each one will gonna talk about it. We will be controlling how the different, we will give the talk to each of you, because what we want is that each of you wants to give your opinion in this survey and in these roundtable questions. Well, our objective of this roundtable is that we need to give the solution for the clinic problem. This solution we will make between all of us as participants, and we will have here on the round table. We need to go out of this round table, making out the solution of it. Well, now that each of you has your own sheet of paper, I want that you analyze the results, and I want that you think about what is the main problem for you, or what are the main problems that you think that it could happen, and you can find a solution for it. Because what we want is all the ideas that you have. I will give you for that like 20 seconds. Well, now that I gave you that time, well, I hope that you could continue writing, because I will continue speaking a little bit. Well, the main idea of this round table for us is that we could contribute for improve the medical system here in Zamorano. We could give the opinion of each of us, of the students here that we are, because all of us, we are students. We want that our opinion have a value, and this is a way that we could find a solution for it. And what is not a better solution to find if we are different years, different points of view, and different opinions about medical solutions here in Zamorano. Well, now continue with our program. Here we have our participants that already have numbers, facts, with the database that we gave them to each. That is our survey. Well, now we want to ask them, and we want to tell them, and they tell us also what are the opinion and what they think about now of the clinic here in Zamorano, as they are students here. So we want to hear them. So we need to remember that each of us have 2 minutes for talk, and the one that wants to talk needs to raise their hand for us to give him the word for talk. Well, now we will going to start. I don't know who wants to get started with this. Okay, please.
Well, my name is Rodrigo Gonzalez. I would like to add to this the talk about taking pills. As you may know, as the survey says, a lot of people take pills, as it says, more than 6 pills or more times, because you can say that they don't have the time. Also, as we saw in the survey, the time to attend a clinic is from 1 hour or more than an hour. This is an issue because we got classes and we got work to do. If you lose any of them, you have to postpone the work or postpone your classes. And I don't think anyone wants to postpone the work or postpone classes. I would like to say that clinics should have like a faster time to attend people. Because even though we are 1,000 students, more than 1,000 students, and they need to agilize their work. Also, I would like to address how they work the system. The system is pretty slow, as you may see. So what they should do is try to work with a different system, add a little bit more doctors or add other nurses to help them. Also, not like waiting. I wouldn't like to go each time to the clinic and be measured like my gait, my weight, if I have a fever or not. I just want to go straight to the doctor and tell him what I feel and what I need.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know if someone wants to quote something to him, or maybe has another opinion or another fact that wants to take here to the round table. I don't know.
Okay. For example, the treatment of the nerves. In my case, for example, once I went with my friend and he was really hurt. He had an accident in the head and he was bleeding. So well, when we get there at clinic, we were bringing the bed really fast because there was anyone there and we need the help. So when the nurse came, she was really mad, like who was bringing the bed? Who was playing with the bed? And I say, it was me. But my friend is hurt. No, it doesn't matter. I heard the bell. You don't have to play with that. But you weren't here when I needed. So I don't know. In my opinion, it was really disappointing how the reaction of her, because I was expecting like for a little more of help, like who has problems or something like that.
Well, that is a good fact that here we listen from Carlos. So someone that wants to go to his history, maybe wants to think or make another opinion about that. Yes, please.
Okay, my name is Jorge Raiza. I want to give my opinion about the attention clinic. I think that the problem, it isn't directly the clinic. I think that the problem is the system that Zamorano used. Because clinic, there has only 2 doctors. They have only 2 nurses. There are only 4 rooms. I mean, the problem is the system. Maybe they can start to change the system. Why? Because this includes everything. This includes the attention clinic, the waiting time, the medication. What can we say about medication? The people say in the survey that have used more than 6 times auto medication. Why? Because of the quality and because of the waiting time. I mean, I know that the quality of the medicine it isn't the best, but why? Because Zamorano has an insurance with a company, and I think that they don't use the best quality because they have to they don't have enough money to pay the best medicine. So how I say, I think that the main problem is the system.
The system. Well, that's another point of view. Another point that we get to hear that is the system in the clinics. So we have another point, maybe. Yeah, please.
Well, I have an opinion about the system, and I think that the only thing that we can rescue from the system is the clinic history that the doctor have. That is too easy for they to know which illness we have before. So it's more easy to know what could we take to get healthy. And yeah, and another thing with the system is the time. I think most of the people wait like an hour and lose a lot of time. And a lot of things that people didn't eat because going of clinic, and this isn't healthy. And yeah, the system has good things and bad things, but I think we could make it better.
Yeah, now we have another opinion.
I want to talk a little bit more about the quality of medications because sometimes when you go to clinics, people feel a little bit uncomfortable because most of the time they just only give you shots, and people really don't like to get shots, and maybe they will rather to have some pills or something like that. For example, for a little bit of flu, they can give you a shot, and instead of giving you some pills, that it could be healed with some pills.
Yeah, here already we know, we listened to two persons that talk about the systems, and now that he's talking about the pills and other solutions for the shots that all every day. So we want to hear another question, maybe another opinions. Yeah, please.
My experience, the last month I had to do an exam. In the clinic helped me to find the doctor at the Tegucigalpa, and it was easy to my exams. I didn't lose time, and it was too fast, and I could complete all the exams that I have to do. And I consider that the clinic system is good according with the result of the survey. Because also in clinic it's too easy to have attention, because when you go, you only have to give your name, and the nurse give the doctor who is going to be attending. And I consider that it's easy for the clinic and know what was the illness that you have, and also the attention is better.
Well, now making a point of view of you, you are telling us that you agree with the system.
Yes, I agree with the system according to the contact that they have in Tegucigalpa, that they help us to meet with other doctors that we need.
But well, I have a question for you. Do you think that if we are having an emergency here in the university, maybe I don't know that you broke your leg or you open your arm or maybe another thing, you think that the doctors here always you need to go to Tegucigalpa for get cure that, or maybe that they give you any medication?
No, is they don't have all the pills or the instruments to have the good attention. Here is important that they go to Tegucigalpa and get there.
Well, what I hear about it is that you are agreeing with the system, but we have three persons that they don't like so much the system here in Zamorano, that are Carlos, Alfredo, and Jorge. Well, I don't know if you maybe refute them, agree with them, or maybe you have different points of view here.
I agree with them because, see, if we are talking about the time, there is a lot of time that we waste in the clinic, because there are maybe is for one person we have to 30 minutes to wait for the attendant. And sometimes there are not only one people waiting to be attended in clinic. We waste a lot of time and we have to do other activities. It's common to one student.
Okay, thanks for giving that fact that you see on here on Zamorano Clinics. Well, we are going to first with him and then with you, please. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that, as a matter of fact, inside of this table, one of the worst problems that our clinic has is the waiting time inside of their chairs. In our numbers, we have that the 57.89% of the people waiting are at least there for 1 hour, and in my personal opinion, and how I lived it, I had to do a daily cleaning of a brush instead of my finger, and it took just the cleaning of the finger 1 hour, because I had to wait there for the nurse to be with me and to be also with the people who was going into a personal meeting with the doctor, with the new people that were in a worse way that I was. Then the waiting I was there was actually terrible, because I didn't feel that bad, but I had to be there, wasting my time, and you know that here in Zamorano, one of the less things that we have is the time. But I actually think that the treat of the nurses actually is good, because they are usually with a lot of people, and they always gave me a nice smile.
Okay, thank you. Now continue with you.
Well, I would like to add that it is true, it might take an hour or more for you to be a 10, but there's something that really stands out of everything. It doesn't matter what time you go to the clinic, it's always open. It happened to me, it was 9 p.m., I didn't feel really well, I didn't take anything, I just said, just going to clinic. Just went out, went to clinic, stayed there my hour, and I was a 10. That's something I like. And it's like, whenever you're sick, you might just leave your room and go to clinic. If you're in class, or unless you're in class or you're at work, on those times you gotta get a special permission. However, I feel that it like helps people, because you're not gonna know when you're gonna get sick. You're not gonna know when you're gonna have an injury. You never know what's gonna happen. But the clinic is always gonna be open there for you.
Well, here you are telling us that. Sorry, I have a question for you. You are telling us that clinic is not always open, or it's always open?
It is always open.
It's always open.
There's always people who's gonna attend you.
Okay, I have a question here that is telling us, how many times do you visit clinic in a month?
Well, actually, for me, there's not like a standard, like I go to clinic, it's not 3 times. I just go when I need it.
But well, like thinking out your last month, how many times did you went to clinic?
2 times at most.
2 times. And that 2 times that you go, that you wait, or it was like without people?
Well, as you may know, you go through a process, you go, the nurse tells you come here, sit down, alright, you wait 5 minutes. Then you go, you take your measurements, your height, how much you weigh, your body temperature, and they take notes about it, and then then it starts the real wait. You wait 40, 45 minutes or more sometimes, and you're just like there, what I'm doing with my life, I don't know. It's really obvious that they don't work as efficient as they could, but after that time, they just tell you like, okay, go to room 1 or go to room 2, and then you get attended by the doctor. Then you gotta get out again and wait another 30 minutes to get your medicines. Like, okay, here's your medicines you gotta get. Then you gotta go to the place where they give you the medicine, and it's like wait 10, 15 minutes for the girl to pick up the things. And after that, you can go. So it's a lot of waiting.
Okay. Now continue, you was first, then you please. Well, what's your facts here?
Well, mainly it's about the time, because once I went last year, I was with an allergy, and I was feeling really terrible, so I stood there like 1 hour, and then when they attended me, it took like 15 minutes, but I was late to work. They didn't give me some paper to show at work, but so I needed to go running, but I was feeling really sick. So that's a problem. And last week I needed to do my physical exams.
Mm-hmm.
So I was hired at at 11 p.m. and I get there just 50 minutes before, but there was full, the clinic was full, and I stood like 1 hour. And when I passed, the doctor said I shouldn't have attended you because it's already my time to go. But then she realized that I was there like an hour, and she was saying like, I'm sorry, I will attend you, and it took me like more than half an hour, but luckily for that time I was free at classes because it took my classes out.
Well, saying that you were free at time.
Yes.
Well, now we will continue.
I think that clinic have like pros and cons, but the most important thing is like the time that they took to help us to make the meeting with you and say really what you have and what your what things that you have to take and the pills and all like this. With the surveys and all the comments that my partner says, I think that the most bad thing that I have in this time, the clinic, is the efficiency. You really don't have a really good system, let's say my partner, that when your day lose very much time in attending with one person, and I think one of the big problems is the system, the internet. They have the system that they have in their computers, because much time the system go down and they don't have anything to attend to, and that's one of the big problems that I look in the clinic.
Well, thank you. Well, hearing you here, I have some questions for each of you. Maybe it could be not all, but well, first of all, for Enrique, you were talking about that you have a problem in your finger. That time that you went there to clinic, did you get better, or when they take care of that, or you didn't? You see, like you thought that you could make it better by your own.
No, actually, I thought about the first 2 days that I could do it myself, but I couldn't. Then I went into the clinic, and it was like really infected. And they helped me there. Yes, they helped me because I had to have daily cares inside of this brush, and I had to have some pills, and that helped me because in like 5 days it was controlled.
Okay, thanks. Another question that I have here is for Carlos, that you told us that you are a person that sometimes you go to continue to going to clinic like 2 times, but even if you have the 2 times that you went, the first time that you go, you didn't know about the time, but the second time that you went to clinic, did you go knowing that you are going to wait that hour?
Yeah, I knew that it was gonna take really long. I had in mind, like, I was thinking, oh, should I take a book or should I not, just to read through the time. But you know, it didn't feel really well. I had a lot of things on my mind, like I had fever, I had diarrhea, I had all this stuff. My stomach was playing with me, so I just couldn't say like, no, I'm not gonna go just because of the time. I had to go, and I took shots and everything, and like, it was worse it was worse going there than not going actually, because after I took the shots, it felt way worse. I couldn't even sleep that night. Everything hurt. It was horrible. But after the time taking the pills they gave me, I just felt a little better.
Well, this question goes to Jorge. Well, you talk us about the system, the waiting system.
Yes.
How many times you wait more than 1 hour maybe? Or, sorry, the question you have. How many times did you went to clinic last month? We'll make the same way like that.
Last month I got sick. I got an infection in the leg. So I went,
Constantly.
yes, like at least maybe 5-6 times in last month.
Well, And that 6 times that you went, you were like waiting a lot because that's a lot of experience for someone that goes to
Yes.
clinic. So I don't know, maybe that you could tell us that times that you wait were like a lot, or maybe I don't know, it was like
It was a lot.
change a lot.
Yeah.
Even that the nurses and the doctors knows about your infection on your leg.
Yes.
Well, that's okay, a good point.
Yes. At least 45 minutes.
Well, this one goes like for here for Gabriel, that you also talk us about a little bit of the systems and also about the nurses. Well, you that, I know that you are already in third year, like you already have experience going to clinic, or maybe like it's not your first time, but each time that you are going to clinic, you know what you are going to deal there.
Yes, that's why I think it's true, because I said it will take me a lot. But then I think that I really need to go there because I'd rather be waiting there to feel good than feeling bad all day long.
Okay, thanks. And this question goes now for Carlos. Well, how many times did you get yourself out of medication?
Not a lot really. In my case, I prefer go to clinic and don't take pills by myself because I don't know the effect that it can take.
Okay, you are telling us that you prefer to go to clinic, but you told us your history with your friend that you wait a lot and you also get treated by the nurse. So you think that you could go and get and say, oh well, I will go treat it a good way. Imagine that you are having a headache and you go and you need to go and fight again with the nurse. You think that you prefer go and fight with the nurse, or you think that you prefer go and take that pill by your own, that maybe it's a pill that you already know what is that type of.
For being honest, I would prefer going to clinic and fight with the nurse because I don't like to use medicine by myself.
Okay.
Can I give you my opinion about that?
Yeah.
Okay. I will be honest. I auto-medicate myself constantly because I have a lot of experience in the clinic. I mean, if I had a headache, I only take a pill and I do it in my room. I don't have to wait 1 hour for they give me the same pill. One time I got experience, I couldn't sleep all night. And I went to clinic at 5 a.m. because I have classes in the morning. And I told the doctor, hey, I couldn't sleep all night. I'm going to fall asleep in classes and they're going to,
Get boots.
yes. And okay, no problem, said the doctor. And then she put me an injection to energize me. But she didn't give me a pill for sleeping because I couldn't lose class because I couldn't sleep all the night. So I prefer a pill to sleep in my room or for a headache than go to the clinic and lose 1 hour.
Okay, that's a good fact. Well, I have here a question for Simon. Well, you are telling us about the internet and that problem that it goes away, but I want to make and refute one thing that here Alfredo told us. That he told us that the system is a good way that they is connected between them because they already know who is going to get inside. And they already know your cardex and they already know all the things that they need to know. Well, how do you think that we could improve this if we don't use the internet? Or because how we know here in Honduras is not so good.
I think that the system in that part is very good because they have the connection and they know who is going to attend and before they enter to the clinic. But the problem is when the system fails. And I think that I don't know. I really don't know if they have a system in the network that could buy them and they could use without internet. But it could be an option because sometimes when the computers fail and they don't have like the history and our information, they couldn't make nothing, and that is failing time. And most of the times that I have experienced in clinic, the problem was that the computers don't function, and they don't have information to give pills or something to us.
Okay. I have a question for all of you, because almost all of you talk us about the system. That is a good system, that it, like now say Simon, that it will help you to improve and all that type of things. But have you ever went to clinic without lights? Like we know that here in Zamorano we are constantly going out of lights. So did anyone went to clinic without lights? I don't know if he could tell us his experience maybe. Well, that's a good fact that we need to start talking about, because we need to refer to that, because how we know here in Honduras we are, well, I don't know if Honduras, but here in Zamorano we are constantly going out of lights. Well, another question that I want to tell everyone except Carlos is that, did anyone else have problem with nurses? Or maybe a doctor? No? Okay. Well, now I appreciate all your opinions, all the facts that you take out on the round table. Now we're going to continue to our next step, continue the program, that is to give the solutions to all the things that we already talked about. The things that have each one told us, and we need to try to find solutions for each problem that we find. So, thanks. We will continue. Well, now continue with our program. We have the final step, the conclusions. Well, how you could hear all the facts for the participants at the round table, we could mention that we have the special facts of waiting time, the system, the nurses, and also the way that they take the documents from one place to another place, and they have the lost them maybe, or waiting, or maybe false. Well, starting with the first point, I want to tell the group which solutions you find the waiting time.
For the waiting time, what I would say is that they hire more doctors, because what actually is the bad thing is that they only have 2 doctors. And having 2 doctors limit you can only have 2 patients at a time. So adding doctors will help a lot with the waiting time.
Yep.
I think that maybe it's the system that they use, because once I went to Tegucigalpa, there at the clinic they were attending us really fast, and they already have pre-clinic and the doctor attended us, but it was fast. I don't know, because here at clinic they took a lot of time typing, and I don't know why.
Changing the system.
Yeah, I share that opinion because when I went into the clinic, the doctor spent more time typing your sickness inside of the computer than actually attending to you. Then they actually need to change the system that they have inside of their computers, because that's not effective at all in time.
Thanks.
I support the idea that they should talk, because I think that it's not the number of doctors that attend you, because in many parts you can see one doctor attend many people, and in 5-10 minutes he get the solution for one person. And here we have 2 doctors, and you have 4 people after you, and you the time that you have in the room is like 1 hour. I think it's more the system, not the number of persons that attend or the number of doctors that attend each person.
I agree with his idea, because I mean, if you see the numbers, we are around 1,000 students. plus the professors, plus the workers here, employees. I mean, is a lot of people, and not only 2 doctors and 2 nurses. I mean, I think that it is a very good idea hiring more doctors and maybe build another consulting room for do the system more effective.
Yes, thanks.
I'm agree with them. I don't know exactly when the clinic was created, but it was created with the needs of previous years. But now we are more students, we are an increasing population, and I really think that they should adapt to the new needs that we have now.
Yes.
Well, I agree with they too. I think that it's better doctor that uses his time better than have more doctors, because if you have 20 doctors and waste the same time as 5 doctors, it's better to have less people, but it be more efficient.
But if you're saying if a doctor takes 20 times, if 5 doctors take 20 minutes per patient, so you have to have
No,
20 doctors, it'll be faster having 20 doctors than having 5 doctors either way.
No, I say that 20 doctors makes the same time as 5 doctors do. So if the 20 doctors spend do everything slow and didn't do correctly, it's worse. So with less people, it's better to be more efficient.
Well, have we already hear the points for that problem? And the last problem that we had was about the nurses. Do you think that we need to find any solution to nurses, or do you think that it's right? I don't know what your opinion, what's your facts about that?
I don't know, I think so that nurses is not the big problem, because if you put in the shoes of the nurses, is a person that is doing fiber, I don't know how many times in the clinic, and maybe he don't have a very good day, and he was mad in that moment. And the reaction that have people is normally when you are under pressure or when you have a bad day. And I think that the nurses is not a big problem. The big problem could be more the time, the efficiency.
Well, thank you.
I would like to add what he just said. It's right. As humans, we have different emotions throughout a day. And it's true that on that time the nurse might be mad, but also they have to cooperate, because what does a nurse do? The nurse try to help those in need. You're not going to scream at someone who's dying, like, what are you doing? Or something like that. So nurses, like, they have to be a little bit more careful with what they do, because they are here because we need them. We need them to take care of us.
Okay. Well, now, concluding for all the facts that each of you told us, I get it here on the computer, write it down and see. And well, the conclusions as a round table, we conclude that we first of all need to change the system here in Zamorano of how they get attention to us, how to improve the way they attend us, because it's too slow. And we also need to hire more doctors, because what is in fact important is that we already are 1,600 students, and it's not the same that it was, like Carlos mentioned, 20 years ago. So both of them are the solutions that we found as a round table for the Zamorano schooling problem. So thank you for your cooperation, thank you for helping us finding the solution to this problem here in Zamorano. And we appreciate the time that you took and all your information that was grabbed from you. So we thank you. So have a nice night And this was Miss Gracia's group, and thank you for watching our roundtable discussion.